Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, so excited to have with us today the director of a fantastic new film debuting at the 2026 South by Southwest Film Festival, the director of The Snake, Jenna MacMillan. Jenna, say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
There they are. Boom. Tell us about The Snake. This thing looks wacky.
Yeah, well, the snake is about Jamie. She's an ungovernable wild child in her late 40s, and we catch her as she gets evicted by her mom, and we kind of follow her along as her life blows up spectacularly in front of us.
And this movie was written by and stars Susan Kent, who
That's
is
right.
ungovernable is definitely a good word. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, what did you
yeah.
think of her?
Yeah. Not not my kind of person, but damn, she's a good character.
Yeah,
You
she's
know,
great. Yeah.
like
She's a
I would
lot of
not want to hang out
layers.
with her. I would not want to hang out with her, but like, damn, she's a good character. And Susan is so fantastic in this. But I guess when you're writing a part and you're also playing the part, you understand the minutia of what the character's supposed to be because you wrote it. Now, as a director, can that be difficult to sort of get into the headspace of a character where the writer's the actress?
Yeah, it was absolutely like Susan was so generous in that we talked about the kind of person that we both loved. We talked about like liking to see women where like they're kind of wild and chaotic, but they're not sanitized and they don't just like, oh, we're all better at the end. Like just a very complicated person. And I think she really let me in to the writing and development process where we got to like talk a lot about where Jamie was going and how we wanted her to end up at the end of the story and yeah, so I think by the time we got to the set we really understood, each of us understood who Jamie was and how we wanted to portray her, so that then Jamie, like Susan, could really dig into becoming Jamie. She trusted that I could honor that process. But it was honestly such a collaborative, beautiful partnership.
I love that. And one of the things that's always interesting is when you see somebody who's had other jobs in film, you tend to micro aggress on those things as a critic. You started out as a production designer. And so the whole time I'm looking at each scene, composition wise, because you're a director in this case, but I'm looking at all the things in the background, the little production design decisions that you would have made as a production designer. How difficult was it for you to not nitpick within the frame as you're shooting?
I was actually a producer. I'm a producer. I'm not a production designer. So the thing that I really ended up fixating on when I was nervous about directing or like worried about something from the directing standpoint is I would like dig into the budget or I would dig into contracts or because I was a producer on this too. So I think like to your point, sometimes when I found like the work of directing intimidating, I drive my producers crazy by like g falling back on that. But at the end of the day, too, like on day one, I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to let go of producing, but I did let go of it very easily. And I enjoyed not worrying about the cost report or not worrying about having to have contract conversations. It was actually very easy to let go of some of the producing stuff.
Well, yeah, because you had so much stuff on your plate as a director. Directing's a hard gig. Like, I don't know why you
Yeah.
signed up for it.
Yeah, it's a hard gig, but it also like weirdly helped so much coming from being a producer that like I think as a producer you learn what everyone does on set in a way that like because you're often negotiating contracts or you're working out like various challenges with everyone on the team. So I think that I was sneaky prepared to collaborate on that level. That I also had a lot of trust in the people that we brought on to the team. So it was strangely like something that ended up not being as much work because everyone that I was working with was so good at what they did too.
I love it. And it's not like you're a rookie. You've done some shorts and television. It's not like you're a complete rookie at directing. But what I
Hmm.
love is I could tell from frame like five, frame six, that I'm like, okay, whoever put this together, whoever directed this and whoever wrote this, they love this project. And a lot of times a movie can suck you in with just that. The fact that you
Mm.
can feel the love that the people who made it had for it. And
Oh, that's such
you
a cool
can
thing to say. Yeah.
but that's the thing about me. I'm a vibes. When I'm watching a movie, a lot of times as a critic, if the vibes are right, the movie will get an uptick in grade just because I'm like, yeah, that felt good. You know, that
Yeah,
felt
that's so
good.
good to hear because it starts with her, like, obviously like fighting with her mom, physical, but like honestly, we had so much fun on this movie, and Susan is in every single scene, and she's such a fun, kind person. So I think that too, that just like from the top, it was a really nice process. So yeah, I'm glad that you felt that. We had a lot of fun, and Jamie is just such a gift of a character. I think like you said, you start off with her that you're like, I don't want to hang out with her. She seems like bad news. This chaos follows her everywhere. But then by the end, I think that you can't help but be like, oh God, she doesn't deserve all this shit that's happening to her. And that was very like that was a needle to thread too. I think that we had to make sure that people were still on the journey. Yeah.
It's okay to make characters no one likes. I don't like everybody, and that's cool that I can see a character I may not like on the screen, but maybe I do learn to like them. Perfect example, like this is a good example, and like Marty Supreme, I don't like that little fucker, but like
No, that's a great example. Yeah.
it's a great movie. Same here. She's not nearly as vile, but she's had her time and her hardships, and those have molded her into what she is now. You don't become ungovernable without someone first trying to stomp out your individuality. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it
Exactly.
is. Like,
And you meet her mom and you're like, oh, that's that makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah,
yeah,
totally. I mean, I grew up on Scorsese movies, and I think I like Taxi Driver, and I think really being so connected to this person that I'm like, they're terrifying, but I'm so interested in how they got here. And so I think that's where we really bonded, Susan and I, is that like, yeah, you don't just show up like this. There's a lot of little things that happen along the way that make you this way.
yeah, and that nurture versus nature dynamic that often we get in film. So whenever I have a guest, because I don't have a lot of time left, I always like to ask them two questions. And this is the first time you're on, so you get both questions. The first one's real easy. The second one, it sucks really bad. I'm sorry. First one, easy. Who are some people that inspire you in your life, whether that be family, other filmmakers, other creative people? I'd love to know.
Oh yeah, that's a great question. I think like oh my God. I honestly, I come from the East Coast. I grew up with social workers as parents. I think like my parents really inspired me to try to understand where somebody's coming from. If they're like shitty to you or whatever, to try to imagine where that person's coming from. So I think that like that's really been a lens that as a producer and now as a director, and then making a movie where you have to kind of think about that. Yeah, they're definitely people that inspire me. My parents.
Yeah, I mean, who isn't, right? And especially because we just talked about parents, like we're all a lot like our mom, even if we don't want to admit it. Every
Totally.
one of
Yeah.
us.
It's
Second
complicated.
question sucks, and I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna ask it. You had two movies to watch for the rest of your life. What two and why? I'm so sorry.
Whoa. Oh my God. On the Waterfront, it's such a pretentious movie, but you know the one's more on the water.
Yeah,
I would watch that. And then oh my God. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
that's a good
It's
pick.
but just balance. Yeah.
I have impersonations for both. I mean, those are great
So do
picks.
I.
Could have had class. I could have been a contender. Could have been somebody. Better but
Yeah.
nothing. You know what I mean? So good. And then you have everybody does a Russell Brand because like we all want to be Aldous Snow because he's so cool.
Bullshit, bullshit,
Awesome.
bullshit. That's my
Booshi,
terrible
booshi,
accent.
booshi. It's so good. That's such a great pay. Oh, I love it because one's gonna feed your mind and feed your
Yeah,
that cinephile itch, and the other one's just gonna have you laughing the whole time.
it's a good hang, and everybody's been through a breakup, you know? It's a good hang.
It's so good. I love that pick, and honestly, that I've had a good time talking to you about this movie. I really hope that people check it out at South by Southwest. But that brings me to the last question that I'm going to ask you, and it's
Oh,
very, very easy. Why should people spend one of their beloved sacred spots at South by Southwest to check out the snake?
I think honestly, watch it because Jamie's ride is an entertaining one. It's gonna like you're gonna feel awful at points, but at the end you're gonna hang out with a bunch of cute dogs and it'll be worth it. And most people like dogs, you know? So I think that it'll be worth your time and energy to watch
And honestly, it's really fucking funny. Sometimes you
it.
just need funny movies because there's going to be a lot of stuff. And what I love about South by and why I think this is a great South by movie is South by does such a great job of counter programming a lot of things. Like you'll watch this heavy, absolutely depressing and distraught piece
Totally.
of legacy cinema, and then you're going to watch a lady fist fight her own mother. Like
Yeah, exactly.
that's what we need in cinema is we need
A few
variety and we
times.
need right.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for spending even a little bit of time with me. I have to go because they're pushing me like, hey, get it done. Thank you so much. My last question before I let you go: 30-second elevator pitch for me. This movie, just 30 seconds.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm not like I'm gonna be so bad at this. I'm just gonna read you the log line. Is that what you
Don't do
want?
that. No, no log lines. They can go on IMDb and read a log line.
Yeah. um the 30-second pitch is just like seeing this woman on the worst day of her life and watching her climb her way out of it.
That works for me. Make sure you guys check out the Snake if you're in Austin, over at South by Southwest. Catch some good tunes, see some good movies. Make sure one of them is the Snake. Thank you so much, Jenna, for your time. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Have a
Yeah,
wonderful
it's
rest of
great
it.
chatting.
Okay.
Yeah, you too. Take care.